So, I think maybe most of us are wrong about Blackpool Pleasure Beach.
What you talking about, Willis?
Alright, so, no surprise, about a week ago, loads of people, myself included, put out content around the fact that Ride Rater had discovered that Blackpool has purchased a Intamin Gyro swing. Great news, nice ride, as long as we get the nice new big one, not the little small version like Maelstrom and Cyclinator, we get the big boy, huge, fantastic visual spectacle as you come in the park. Well, at least that's what we all thought, because, well, given that Ice Blast has been standing but not operating all season despite waiting on a part, many of us assumed that, well, there's the proof, it's going. See you later, gyro swing right when you come in the park, happy days. Scott from Your Experience Guide posted a few pictures yesterday, and a few others posted some as well. The last couple of days, in fact, there's been engineers on Ice Blast. Now, on the face of it, it looks like they are stripping more and more stuff off the ride. So of course, again, people think, great, ride's going, adios, Intamin gyro swing, happy days. But I had another theory, and Scott's now backed this up, he's posted very similarly today. What if both things are happening? What if we are getting Ice Blast fixed with a new part, and we're also getting an Intamin gyro swing? There's nothing to say that getting one means getting rid of the other. So there's a few possibilities that I can see. The first one is they are stripping back this ride to get access to this component that they need, that's maybe buried further in. They'll fix that, they'll put it back on, job done, ride's operational. Possibly not this season, but you know, operational for next season. We keep that, gyro swing goes somewhere else. That's option one. Option two is they are stripping it down because they are putting that damn thing in the bin. That's what many people think, so maybe that is the case. But option three is that they are stripping this down to relocate it. And there's quite a few places around the park that they could move the Ice Blast to, because I think the end of last season, maybe during close season, there was some markings found on the floor outside Ice Blast, which, you know, obviously led to a lot of the speculation about Ice Blast going, but also you wouldn't be testing the grounds and put markings on if you weren't doing something different in that area, trying to figure out what fits there, can we put a new ride in there? So I'm relatively confident that the gyro swing is in fact going at the entrance to the park, which, as I say, if it's the big one, not the big one, that's a coaster, if it's the big version of the Intamin gyro swing, huge big visual spectacle when you come into the park, fantastic. However, I think that Ice Blast could very well go in 3, maybe 4 different places. So if you look at a map, I mean, there's tons of dead space in the park, right? I know everyone says Blackpool's tiny, they've got no space, they can't put a coaster and it. They are the masters of cramming stuff into small spaces, right? The fact that they managed to get Icon to go through all those other rides, bonkers, right? If there's anybody that can do this, it's them. Where the old Trauma Towers used to be, dead space, has been for quite some time. Could easily get Ice Blast. To be fair, Ice Blast has such a tiny footprint, the biggest thing that it needs is space for a queue. No issue putting it where Trauma Towers used to be. You got the Bolodrome. That is, I mean, last time I went in there and filmed, there was about 2 arcades left, like 2 machines, and then huge big empty space. So unless they're planning on doing ballroom dancing, that building is basically empty. Knock it down, put it there. A bit of a curveball, but you know, Blackpool like to do weird things. So where Millennium Bug used to be, that then became arcades, just opposite Grand Prix, the glass dome. What if they took the dome off and put it in there? There's quite a lot of towers. I mean, I'm thinking the Doctor Doom one out in Universal, etc. There's a lot of them where, and actually Croc Drop as well, you start indoors when you get onto the ride and then it shoots out. So what if they put it there? Because it would actually be taller, right? Because you're then higher up for a base level. And I'm sure there's plenty of other places as well. I mean, there was talk at one point about Skyforce going or moving. So yeah, I'm starting to kind of question this Ice Blast has been replaced with a gyro swing rather than Ice Blast has been supplemented with a gyro swing, which would be very interesting. And again, well, it was actually Scott that pointed this one out. I was chatting to him. Not that long ago, they had this pattern. So 2015, they put in Skyforce. 2018, they put in Icon. 2019 they put in Boulevard. So we know there's a flat ride coming, even though they've not announced it. We know, we've seen the paperwork. They've talked about a new hotel, and a lot of people are expecting a new coaster. Maybe they're repeating that pattern. Flat ride next year, coaster a couple of years after, hotel after that. I started the season when they did the rebrand very, very optimistic about the future of the park, said this is great, this is a move in the right direction. I've wavered a little bit this season because there's been some questionable decisions and it's not been the greatest season, right? We've had a lot of standing but not operating attractions. But yeah, I'm starting to get a glimmer of hope that we might be turning around this corner and about to have some positivity in Blackpool Pleasure Beach. So I'd love to know what you think. Do you think that I'm completely off my rocker and Ice Blast is going, Gyro's coming in, and that's it, no coaster, no hotel? Do you think we're getting all of this? Do you think it's a good thing? I would love to know down below. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this short video, hit that like button, give me a wee subscription, and I'll see you in the next one. Adios!